Today on Upfront, the Trump Show comes to Wisconsin.
We are going to make America great again. We are going to make America safe again. Thank you very much, everybody. Thank you.
Next, Donald Trump's play here. Did he hurt himself with a controversy over his reluctance to endorse native son Paul Ryan? Plus, Paul versus Paul, the 1st District Republican primary and a challenger's big gamble. And new court rulings on state election laws, a top elections official on whether there's now confusion for voters.
Covering the issues important to Wisconsin. This is Up Front with Mike Goucher.
In our shared mission to make America great again, I support and endorse our Speaker of the House, Paul Ryan.
The Trump train rolls into Wisconsin with Republican nominee Donald Trump and his running mate, Indiana Governor Mike Pence, holding a rally in Green Bay Friday night. Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Up Front. Trump's endorsement of Congressman Ryan came after a week in which he was embroiled in controversy, not just with Ryan, but also with Republican National Committee Chair Reince Priebus.
This is a movement like they maybe have never seen in this country, according to even the political pundits that truly hate me.
Interestingly, none of the state's top Republicans, Ryan, Senator Ron Johnson, or Governor Walker, attended Friday night's event. Assembly Speaker Robin Vos went even further, saying he was embarrassed that Trump was leading the ticket. We're talking more about Trump and his fortunes in Wisconsin with Craig Gilbert, the Washington bureau chief for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. He's at our Washington bureau. Craig, it's good to have you back on the program, and let's talk about the week that was and Donald Trump's reluctance to endorse Paul Ryan in his primary in the 1st Congressional District. How awkward was this for the Republican Party?
Well, coming on the heels of Trump's feud with the parents of a fallen Muslim American soldier, kind of an atmosphere of crisis in the Republican campaign, tumbling poll numbers. On top of all that, he sort of picks what seemed to be a very unnecessary fight with House Speaker Paul Ryan. He did an interview with the Washington Post. The interesting thing about that interview is he gets asked about Ryan, he makes a few comments, and then he voluntarily returns to the subject later in the interview and makes the comments that got so much attention about he's not quite there yet, echoing Ryan's own words about him back in May when Ryan was not ready to endorse Trump. So, from a national perspective, it kind of added to this sense of a candidate in crisis, a party in crisis around their candidate. What's Donald Trump going to do next? But from a Wisconsin perspective, it has sent Wisconsin Republicans, who were never big Trump supporters, kind of running away from him as he headed into their state.
Does this hurt Trump's reluctance to endorse Ryan? Does it hurt him in a state like Wisconsin?
Well, it's kind of weirdly reminiscent of what happened in the Wisconsin primary back in April, where Trump openly clashed, particularly with Governor Walker, but was really antagonizing kind of influential and at odds with influential Republicans and conservatives in the state. It didn't serve him well in the primary. Wisconsin has a real Republican Party. There's a fair amount of solidarity particularly behind Walker and Ryan among Republican voters. And so to pick fights with these leading figures in the party in a state where Republicans, where they are very popular among Republican voters, seems self-destructive. It certainly was in the primary, and now, again, he's coming into Wisconsin. He was coming into Wisconsin where he needs to shore up his support among base Republicans where it's been weak. And he's clashing with the most popular Republican politician in the state. So it can't help, and it probably does hurt.
Craig, you're in Washington. You talk with members of the Wisconsin congressional delegation. Is there any reason to believe that at any point some of these members of the Wisconsin congressional delegation might back away from supporting Trump in November?
Well, anything can happen. I think they're hoping not to have to take that step. But one thing that really was striking in all this was Sean Duffy, who comes from a northern Wisconsin district where Trump is certainly more popular than he is statewide and has been of all the members of the Wisconsin congressional delegation, probably the most enthusiastic Trump supporter. He spoke at the Republican convention, lauded Trump there. He squarely placed him on the side of himself on the side of Paul Ryan. He said he didn't think what Trump was doing was smart. It didn't make sense. And so those are strong words for someone who's, relatively speaking, one of your better supporters in the state. I don't know if we'll see Republicans abandon Donald Trump. I think if things get bad enough, that may happen. You've certainly got an open congressional seat in Green Bay, the area where Trump traveled, that's up for grabs. And Republican chances are kind of, in the balance there and could be damaged if Trump has a weak performance at the top of the ticket. So there will be fallout from all this from now through November.
Well, you brought up Green Bay, and let's talk about Green Bay for a moment. And the fact is that Donald Trump did very well in the northern part of the state and the western part of the state. But he has chosen Green Bay as the site of this rally. Why did he do that? Why did he pick Green Bay?
Well, of all the state's major television markets, it's the biggest real battleground. I mean, Madison is very Democratic. Milwaukee has this Democratic city surrounded by these ultra-Republican suburbs. But Green Bay is more purple, and it tends to be very purple in presidential races and more Republican in midterms. It's also demographically kind of better for Donald Trump. The northern part of the state is more blue collar. It's very white. That is better for Trump. And we saw in the last poll, for example, that Marquette did, where Hillary Clinton was winning statewide by 6 or 7 points. Donald Trump was actually winning in the larger Green Bay media market by 2 or 3 points. So it's an area that has some promise for him, and it's an area where Republicans really need to do well at the presidential level. But it's also an area where, like other parts of Wisconsin, his support has been soft. His negatives are high. They're not as high as they are in southern Wisconsin. Hillary Clinton's negatives are also really high in Green Bay. So he's got that as an opportunity and opening for him. But the question is whether he can take advantage of those openings. Right now, he isn't.
Craig, we only got about 30 seconds left. You talk about the demographics of Wisconsin. They should be favorable to Donald Trump. But do you get the sense that Wisconsin has perhaps moved down to a different tier in terms of importance in this presidential race?
Well, it's still not entirely clear. I mean, the fact that Donald Trump and Mike Pence went to Green Bay on Friday, the fact that Mike Pence went to Waukesha the week before, the fact that Democratic vice presidential candidate Tim Kaine was also in Wisconsin on Friday tells you that nobody's writing off Wisconsin. But I think the Republicans have work to do to truly put the state in play, to push it into something closer to a toss-up. Right now, it's probably not a top 5 battleground. It's probably a top 10 or 11 battleground. It'll be really interesting to see how much time the candidates spend in Wisconsin and how much money they spend on TV, which hasn't happened yet, going forward.
Craig Gilbert, always good to visit with you. Craig Gilbert is the Washington bureau chief for the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. Thanks very much for being with us. As Craig just said, Democratic vice presidential candidate Tim Kaine made a campaign stop in Milwaukee last week.
Is there anybody here today who believes what Donald Trump says about any of his promises? Absolutely not. You guys aren't gullible, and neither am I.
And we'll have a fresh look at the state of the presidential race in Wisconsin when the next Marquette Law School poll comes out on Wednesday. Later on up front, we'll take a closer look at Paul Ryan's primary challenge, not to get cantered on Tuesday. But first, new court rulings on Wisconsin election laws. What could they mean for our upcoming elections? That's when Up Front continues.
Up Front with Mike Goucher, brought to you by the American Transmission Company and the Wisconsin Corn Growers Association.